is a moment that we have been waiting for. My light is fading fast, so I'm gonna try to not have this be a 17-hour video, but I want to go through all of our completed savings challenges that we finished in Budgetmas. This box is jam-packed full and I am so excited about it. So let's go, and I'm gonna speed you through as I set all these out and we will take a look at them. Holy smokes, this is a lot of savings challenges. Some of these I don't remember if we did this in November or December, but it's in the December completed savings challenge box, so I must have. I don't know. Okay, so let's go ahead and go through all these. We'll take out the money and we'll see how much we have here. This is amazing. Okay, Fresh Start fam. So I pulled out the vacation items because I'm pretty sure since this money is sitting in the high yield savings account under the vacation for these categories, that this money has already been taken care of. And I don't know why this was still in the box, but these categories have already been taken care of, and I'm pretty sure we finished all these up in November, so I'm just not even going to include these in the month's total. The other thing that I did not want to include in the month's total, but I do have the cash for it, is these two. So this is from the Pirate Hunter game from Holly Over Kingdom Planning. I am not going to continue the game right away. I definitely love it, but I definitely want to play it again. I just didn't finish it, and I don't want to, I can't do it right now because I have other things that I want to work on, but I definitely want to get back into it maybe later in 2025, like around summertime. So we had in the merchant bucket, or in the merchant envelope, we had $291, and that was going towards my emergency fund. In the My Booty envelope, we had $54, and that was going towards vacation. So I pulled out the cash, and I am going to apply this money into my high yield savings account in the vacation. And then this is going to go into the high yield savings account for my emergency fund. But because I did not do this in the month of December, I don't want to include it in my December totals. I just wanted to let you guys know that that is what is going to happen. So that is what that is. These are going to the high yield savings accounts under those, but this is not done in December, so I can't include it in my completed savings challenges for the month of December. But what I can show you is all of this cash that we completed with December savings challenges. And it should be a total of $2,128 here. So if you guys remember in a couple of videos ago, I mentioned that we did $80 a day, and we did it 30 days because the first day of Budgetmas was tallying the November completed savings challenges. So that was $2,400 and $80 a day that we put into savings challenges. We have a few challenges that are not finished, so that is where the rest of this money goes. But we finished $2,128 worth of savings challenges. And that is absolutely amazing. So let me go ahead and count this money and make sure that we have the right amount here, okay? All right, so I am going to write down that we are supposed to have 2,128. And let me go ahead and start subtracting what we have here in the cash so we can make sure that we do it. We have okay, so if I did the math correctly on the counting, we have 2,000. Oh, so it's $100 off. Okay, so 2,228. Okay, so let me go ahead and I'm gonna actually go back through these and make sure I have these all totaled up correctly. Okay, so let me do that. Okay, so I did it wrong the first time. We actually had $2,228 worth of completed savings challenges for the month of December. That is absolutely amazing. Holy smokes, we did better than what I thought. $2,228 worth of completed savings challenges and cash right here in the month of December, all during Budgetmas. Okay, so now I am going to take this money to the bank and I am going to get out one of my cash planning sheets that I always do. Let me get one to show you. Okay, so this is my cash planning sheet and I am going to go through here and see which of my 2025 sinking funds I want to allocate this money to. So I definitely know that we need to put some into the emergency fund because we missed out on doing that in the month of December. We usually did $65 a week in there. Same with tuition. We have to put $65 a week into the tuition. And then the rest I will kind of allocate out where it needs to go. So I'm going to work on that. And like I said, I'm losing my light here, so it'll probably be tomorrow when I finish that up. But for you guys, it'll just be in 1 second. Okay, Fresh Start fam, I did some cash condensing and I got rid of some of our singles for some more 20s. We still have our $2,228 here. I brought out our new sinking funds trackers for 2025. We are starting over again. We started the last set in May of 2024 and we were able to make amazing progress on these. So I decided that I was going to actually restart them over for 2025 instead of finishing out the set that we did before, because we made amazing progress and most of the categories were actually done. So the only thing that you will notice on here that I do not have a sinking funds item for in my budget is holidays. So instead of this year doing, and I still have my trackers for them, but instead of this year doing a holidays item in my sinking funds budget, my husband, since since we are going on vacation for Valentine's Day, I am paying for Valentine's Day out of the vacation funds because we are just doing a hibachi restaurant on the ship. So we're going to pay for that. And then I'm going to use a little bit of money that I have for Valentine's Day for buying my son something while he's home. I'm going to make sure that he has something nice to open while we're away for Valentine's Day. And then because Easter is late this year and all the other holidays are obviously after that, I don't really spend too much money for St. Patrick's Day. I don't host it, so I don't need too much money there. Because of that reason, I am going to fund all of the year's holidays out of my husband's bonus check. So my husband gets another bonus check at the end of March or early April. And so I am going to fund all of the rest of the year's holidays out of that because Easter is obviously after that. Typically, Easter would be before or right around the time of receiving his bonus check, so I would need to come up with funds for that. But I'm going to worry about that afterwards. So that is why holidays is not an item in our budget for 2025, because we can take care of that in one fell swoop with my husband's bonus check. We'll also probably be buying the other quarter cow with his bonus check. We bought one a year ago with his last bonus check, almost a year ago. We bought it with the spring bonus check. So yeah, it really worked out for us, and we'll be able to use his bonus check for the quarter cow, covering the holidays. And we usually will also do something nice around the house, either home improve something or buy something that we've been really wanting. Like last year we got a new pool speaker so that while we're out by the pool we can listen to nice tunes, and it was like an outdoor waterproof speaker type of thing. So yeah, that'll work out really well. So we are going to take the $2,228 and we are going to allocate them to our sinking funds. But we have to do two things first. The first thing we have to do is our emergency fund. So we did not do our emergency fund in the month of December, and we also didn't do our tuition in the month of December. So those are two things that we have to take care of first. So in our Saturday Savings Challenge video that came out yesterday, you saw that we skipped over the December one, and now we're gonna go back and do that. So in order to do all of the numbers that are left for this December and this December on the $2,000 and the $1,000 minimalist aesthetic savings challenges, we need $220. Okay, so let's go ahead and we will pull out 220. So we have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, and 20. Okay, so because those numbers here, I'll tell you as I read them off, are 25, 10, 20, 15, 25, 30, 50, and 45. So we usually put about $65 a week into my son's tuition. We will do 2 of these a week if we can. So in order to make that happen, in order to fill out all of December's, we needed 220. So we're gonna add the 220 to this, and let's see how much we have now. Okay, so we have $1,500 sitting in his not high yield, in his 529, because he goes to private school, we could use 529s to pay for private school. So let me add this 220 to it. And now he has in here, in cash, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me count that again. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85, 40. Okay, so I had a couple new bills in there, so they were hard to count. We have $500 here, which means whenever we hit $500, we take that money out, we send it over to his 529, and we add in a placeholder. Because we have 1,500 in placeholders, we actually get to take this 500 out and put in another $1,000 placeholder. So in his 529, or between his 529 and cash towards school tuition for 2025-2026, out of $3,000 by doing the $1,000 and $2,000 minimalist aesthetic savings challenge from my Etsy, we have $2,040. That is amazing. I'm so excited about that. This should be wrapped up at the end of April, and then we will do another different type of savings challenge to save for his tuition for the following year after this is wrapped up. So that will be awesome. I am super, super excited about that. Cannot wait. All right, so let me paperclip this together. This is actually going to go into the high yield savings account. Or not, I keep saying high yield savings account. Whatever is left of cash here is going to go into the high yield savings account after we take out what we need in actual cash. This is going to go into the 529, and I want to make sure that I don't mess that up. So I am going to write tuition 529 on here so that I make sure I do not mess that up when it comes time for the bank. Okay, so $500 is going into his 529 to pay for his tuition. I am super excited about that. All right, the next thing we need to do is our emergency fund. So we do $65 a week into our emergency fund, and 65 times the 4 Saturdays that were in December means $240. So let's bring that out. We have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40. Okay, so we have 240 right there. I'm gonna move this to the front. We may need some change that's in here, but that's okay. The way we do this is we have 3 components of it. We have the 2025 in 2025 from Ren over at Mischief Managed Budgets. And I am drawing 2 cards, or a card every week. And I am doing one number from the card. However, since it is the fact that we skipped December, I actually want to get 2 new cards and completely scratch off them, one for every week that we missed. So let me completely scratch off these 2 cards and we'll see what numbers we get. Okay, so we have 25, 35, we have 25, and 30. So that is 115. So we will do 20, 40, 60, 80, 1. And then I'm going to put one of these 20s back, and I'm going to take 4 5s. So 5, 10, and 15 is in here. So that is now the 115, and the other 5 is going to go into this. All right, so this is going into the 2025 and 2025. These are now completed, so I'm going to put those up there. We'll be able to put $2 into the Ding 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 box for that. And now we know we have over $100 in here because we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 right here. So this is going to go back into this envelope and wait for next week. And we are going to be able to color in another one of the $100 sections in Miss D from D Plans and Budgets Cat Puns. So that's super fun because we actually just did another one yesterday. So that's amazing. And we were able to take another $500 and put it in our first $500 and put it in our high yield savings account. So let me go ahead and find the cat puns, and I will color in another section. Literally, it is the first weekend of 2025, and I'm already doing amazing in the progress on these. So that is fantastic. Okay. Woo! My calculator just fell. Okay, so now we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, $600. Oh my gosh. 600 out of the $2,000 section done. That is amazing. So this is the second portion of it. Now, for this remaining, let's see what's in here, 20, 40, 60, 80, 125, we are going to do the other Save 2025 in 2025. This one is from Nita at the Almost Organized Owl. All right, so I usually don't have a whole lot of money when it comes to this one, so I want to do some of the high numbers. So let me get out my calculator. Like I said, we have, what did I say, 225, yes, so 125, oh my gosh, 225 would be awesome, but no, we don't have that. 125, so now let me see, let's do this 29 in this first section. Okay, so that leaves us with 96. Let me color that in. Okay, let's do this other 29. Okay, let's do the next highest number, I think, is this 26. Okay, and I have a 24 on here. And look at that. The last is 17, and I have a 17 right there. Perfect. Okay, so now this is going to go into this envelope. That worked out super well. Look, we are just into winter of 2025, and we are almost done with that section so far. This is so amazing. I love how this works out. All right, so let's see how much we have in here. We have 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 45, 50. We have $450. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So we are almost so close to being able to put another placeholder in the high yield savings account, or put the placeholder in the envelope and put this in the high yield savings account. That'll be so amazing. Oh my gosh. All right, I need a sip of coffee because I'm slurring my words. It's still early in the morning here, even though it looks so dreary outside because it's snowing and yucky and blah kind of day. Okay, so that's done. Now, the rest of this money is going to go to the high yield savings account. All right, and so what we did was we started off with 2,228. We subtracted the 240 that we put into our emergency fund. We subtracted the 220 that we put into our tuition. That leaves us with $1,768 to put into these Sinking funds. So this is $1,768 in cash. I do not like keeping this much cash into the house. So what I do is I send this money off to the bank and I place it with prop holders. And so I wasn't sure if you guys actually wanted to see me place the prop cash into the envelopes, or if you guys would prefer to see me just mark the items on this sinking funds tracker, and then I can actually stuff the envelopes with prop cash off camera. Today I will do it this way, where I stuff the envelopes with, fill in the trackers. We're gonna subtract as we go. I'm gonna fill in the trackers, and then if you guys do want to see me stuff the cash, let me know. So this money's gonna go to the bank, and typically I would bring in prop cash and then I would stuff the envelopes, but I'm gonna try things a little differently to see how that works out for us. Okay, so let's first start with our kids binder. So to do our kids binder every month, it is for everything for the first month of January. It would be a total of $200. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're gonna subtract the 200. Okay, and then so we're gonna fill $80 into our sports and activities. We're gonna fill $10 into our school supplies, $15 into fundraisers, $5 into field trips. They don't do a lot of field trips, but junior school does go to Washington, D.C. when they're in 8th grade. And since it's a field trip that I know is gonna cost a lot of money and it's a few years away. Well, I mean, he's in 2nd grade, so it's like 6 years away. I'm gonna save early and save often for it. So $5 a month should be a pretty good amount of money by the time he hits that age group. Okay, so uniforms is $20, although I probably need to spend something from that. Junior is pretty hard on his gym uniform. He has to wear gym uniforms twice a week. And he's pretty hard on the yellow t-shirts that he has to wear for gym uniforms. So obviously yellow is not the most forgiving color. And when you are a boy and you like to play with your friends at recess, you can get a little messy. All right, so the other thing that you will see here, vacation. Instead of budgeting out vacation and saying, you know, this amount's going to the cruise fare, this amount's going to airfare, this like we did last year, I'm just gonna put it all under this thing. So since our cruise for February is fully funded, and I don't have any other like cruises specifically that I need this money for, I'm hesitating to say that because I did actually book another cruise. Yes, I booked a cruise for February of 2027, believe it or not. And I hopefully, and I was going to share this in a later video, but hopefully final payment isn't due until November 2026. So that gives us almost 2 years. I was kind of hoping that my YouTube paychecks could pay for that. So all 100% of my Etsy items covers things in the business, such as my P.O. box, my Canva, my print, my taxes for everything, that type of stuff. And then I wanted 100% of YouTube money to go towards like paying me my income or whatever for doing this, paying me to do that. It's much less obviously than what I get from Etsy. So my Etsy money, it would cover the business side, and my YouTube money would cover the fun side. And since I don't have to pay for it for 2 years, after the deposit, we have $2,800 left due on it. And I figured we actually probably may be able to get YouTube to cover 100% of that trip. And I thought that would be so fun since my husband usually uses his bonus checks to cover our trips. I thought it would be so fun for my quote unquote bonus checks of side hustle through YouTube to be able to cover Star of the Seas in 2027 when we do that. So Junior doesn't know about that one. That's probably going to be another Christmas present in 2 years. So I don't know how I'm going to keep another cruise secret for another couple of years, but that's where we're at. So when I get my YouTube paycheck for January, I actually created a printout that I'll show you guys on how I'm tracking that. I'm really excited about that as well. So for vacation, like I said, I have travel plans for 2025 other than the cruise. I need to go see my dad. I need to do certain things. So I'm gonna just put all of it into like one lump sum of vacation. So let's go ahead and take care of vacation and birthdays now. So that is minus the 380 between those two categories. So we are at $1,180 left after we fill in these two things. And again, if you guys want to see me stuff those envelopes, please let me know. Otherwise, we'll do it this way because these videos tend to be very long and I don't want to keep you guys forever. All right, so let's go to our next page, which is our home binder. All right, so in order for me to completely do the home, furniture, appliances, decor, flooring, pool, landscaping, paint, bathroom, kitchen, HVAC, plumbing, roof, windows, electrical, pest, and exterior, that is $348. So let's do all of January for the home. So we're gonna minus 348. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill these in. The one thing that you guys will notice is missing is garden. I kind of realized that I like my house plants, but outdoor gardening I am not good at, and growing food I kind of suck at. So that's not really for me. So I think I am actually probably not going to do a garden this year. I know a lot of people are like, it's so easy, it's so easy. I don't know if I just don't have the patience for it, or if I would rather be, you know, instead of weeding the garden, I know what it is. Instead of weeding the garden at night, I'd rather be in the pool with Junior and my husband and going for walks outside and going to the beach and doing all these things. So I don't have the patience for it, I guess. I have so many other outdoor activities that I love. And I would love to be growing my own food, but I guess I don't have the patience for it. I don't know. If you guys are gardeners, then you guys are so much better than I am. Also, the one spigot that we have on that side of the house near the garden kind of busted and started leaking into the house. So we had to kind of shut it off. So if I want to water the garden, it is a real huge pain in the butt. I would like to get like a rain barrel setup type of thing going where I can catch the rain and then use the rainwater to water the garden. But again, that would be putting tons of money into something that I'm not sure I have the patience or energy to do. So for right now, we're just gonna hold off on that. All right, so to completely fill our auto binder with our auto insurance, our new car, oil changes, maintenance and repairs, battery, brakes, windshield wipers, deductible, tires, and car registration, that is $282 a month. So let's go ahead and minus the $282 for the January filling of the auto binder. Okay, so we did the home binder, we did the auto binder, we did the kids binder, we put 300 into vacation and 80 into birthdays, and we have $558 left. So you know what that means? That means we get to start over again. So with February, one thing you'll notice with savings challenges, if you guys are new to doing them, you may put, like I put $2,160 into savings challenges every month. I might not finish $2,160 in savings challenges every month. I might only finish, I don't know, $500 in savings challenges every month. So some months I may be able to do more and other months I might not be able to do as much. So while I can do more, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we'll deduct all of February for the kids binder. So that's another $200. Okay. And then we'll do the vacation. Oh, no, we won't be able to do birthdays. All right, so we'll minus the $300 for vacation. That leaves us with $58. So let's go over, I didn't completely color in the birthdays. So let's go over to the home. And you know what? Let's do windows for 50. Okay, let's do a pest for 5. And that leaves us $3 left. Let's just do one of the windshield wipers, and that other $1, we'll call that money towards the DingDingDing, or a little bit extra buffer. Okay, so minus the 50. minus the 5, minus the 2. We're at $1 left, so that's okay. So let me show you guys what I mean when I say filling the binders with the prop. Okay, so this is my kids binder. So as you'll notice here, the categories are sports and activities, school supplies, fundraisers, field trips, uniforms, school lunches, teacher gifts, school pictures, toys, and video games and activities. So what I could do is I could actually take prop money and put it into each envelope and take the prop, like I said, take the prop money, put it into each envelope as I'm doing this with you guys, or I can fill in this and then I could do this portion off camera. So if you feel like you would really want to see me filling these envelopes with prop, I'm gonna do this anyways for my own tracking, and then I'm gonna fill in these. When I fill it with prop, I'm also going to fill in these trackers here, and that'll show you like how I'm paying attention to the amounts on here anyways. And then let me show you guys this. I also have, this is my other budget binder. So I do tracking of all of our spending in here. We have all of our categories on these note tabs here, and I fill this out, like I said, multiple times a week. I do this probably every other day, if I'm honest with you guys. So this is what I use for tracking all of our expenses. And then this is what I use for kind of like a physical representation of what money is sitting in the high yield savings accounts. And that is what these binders represent. So in my high yield savings accounts through Ally, I have buckets that represent all of these categories, and this is a physical representation of that money as well. Okay, so if you guys want to see me stuffing these with the prop money, please leave that information in the comments down below. If you guys are okay with just me filling these in, and then I'll take care of these off camera, then let me know that as well. But that is it. We have officially finished up December 2024. I am super excited. We got another step closer to fully funding juniors tuition for next year. We have absolutely taken care of all of January in our sinking funds and crept into taking care of a lot of February so far, so that's awesome. So make sure you guys come back in another video. Let me go ahead and put $2 more in the Ding 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 box. Even though I didn't complete the whole 2025 in 2025, I call each of these little cards a completed savings challenge. So let's go ahead and add $2 more to our Ding 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 box. Okay, so I have $2 here that we're gonna play that ding 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 sound. And we'll add those $2 to the ding 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 box. All right, so one thing else I want to show you guys, speaking of in my tracker here. So if you saw yesterday's video, I was able to take another $500 and put it into the high yield savings account for our emergency fund. That is super awesome. So right now in our emergency fund, we have $3,340.61. And I, like I said, love sort of visual learning on everything there, as far as like how close I am to my goals. So I got this 200 envelope challenge thinking that this is how I was going to do my emergency fund. Well, this is just this would take me like 5 years to do, probably, if not more. So what I decided to do was use this as a visual on how close I'm getting towards reaching the goal in my emergency fund, but I wouldn't use this as the savings challenge to reach that goal, if that makes sense. So when we started this challenge, we had $2,514. I wrote it on the back here, so that we could see that these closed envelopes equaled $2,514. Now, the difference between what we have in the checking account or in the high yield savings account of the $3,340 and what we have closed is another 826 have been added since then. And how we did that was yesterday we deposited another 500 from savings challenges. Then we had $7 from the Boo and Who challenge that I did from Liz and Les, Plus we had $291 from the Pirate Hunter challenge that I did from Holly over Kingdom Planning. I absolutely love that one. Even though we ended it early, it's probably going to come back in the summer. And then we've earned interest on the account. So we have to close $826 more of envelopes, which is super, super awesome. So let's start with number 188. So we have the 826 on the calculator. Let me make sure you guys can see that. Okay. And we're going to minus the 888. So that envelope is now closed. Like I said, this is just a way, even if you can't do this savings challenge because it's too big for your budget, it's a great way to make it like a visual on the long end term goal. I feel like I want to have $25,000 in our emergency fund for our fully funded 6 months emergency fund. My husband feels like he thinks 15,000 is more the range that he would feel comfortable with. So we met in the middle and said 20,000. This challenge just so happens to be 20,100 once it's completed. So I thought this one was perfect. And then the interest will just accrue until it gets to the 25,000 that I'm more comfortable with. All right, so now let's close the 187. Okay. Wonder if I don't think we'll be able to, but I wonder if we can get to when we'll get to close the whole bottom row. Okay, so now we're gonna do 186. Okay, and now let's close envelope 185. Okay, and now we have $80 left, so let's close envelope 80. So we're 3 envelopes away from being able to close the whole bottom row. That would be incredible. All right, so here's envelope 80. Let me find it over here. All right, there's envelope 80. All right, so this one is from Budget with Ira, and I thought this was so cool. I love how it literally, when you put the sticker over it, it looks like the envelope is closed. So that is absolutely fantastic. We've been able to fully close envelopes 185 up to 200. The 200 is up there, the 100 is up there, plus a few sporadic ones in the middle there. But that is it. We have $3,340 in our emergency fund. We have a few $1,000s now, over $2,000 towards Junior's tuition. So our goals are getting crushed one challenge at a time. And this goes to show you this did not happen overnight. It's not going to happen probably in this year. This one's not going to be even done this year, but with consistency, it will get done. I am so excited about this. The emergency fund is why we ended up in debt a couple years ago, because we didn't have an emergency fund to handle some medical expenses that showed up. So this is literally number one on my priority list. Could I completely stop? And me and my husband actually had a conversation about this the other day. We said, you know, we want to pay off the house after our emergency fund is in place. And we said, could we completely stop vacations and buckle down and pay the house off and fully fund the emergency fund? Absolutely. But, you know, Junior is in those prime memory making years for us and for him. He still loves hanging out with his parents. We still love spending time with him, obviously, but when he's older, we'll still love spending time with him. He just might not like spending time with his parents as much. So we're going to continue to live life while we achieve our goals, but doing a budget and sticking to the budget and doing these savings challenges is a way that we can afford to live life while we achieve our goals. We know where our money's going. We know what it's doing. It has its purpose. We have our purpose. It's really working. So I hope you guys will follow along on my journey in 2025 and let me know, what is your biggest goal for 2025? Please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Okay, that's it, everybody. That is every single savings challenge that we completed in 2024. Holy smokes, that's a lot.